Did you know even after the nerf to the Valby run in Fortress, this is still one of the top places to farm for Kuiper, gold, modules, and even those reactors when it's the reactor type that you're looking for. And the reason why is because you get a ton of enemies in a short amount of time. It's a very small location, so you can just run around and kill enemies over and over. And this run right here, it was 2 minutes and 38 seconds. I netted about 12,000 Kuiper, 235,000 gold, and those numbers aren't even including the modules that I'm going to dismantle in Albion and get even more Kuiper, alongside the reactors and weapons you get here that you can dismantle for parts. This is absolutely a great loot cave, and it's still one of the top performing loot caves in the game. Now, this is located in the most northern portion of your map, Fortress, and you want to go to the defensive line district and then go to the defensive line outpost, and the focus outpost you're going to go to is just south of you, and then you just go in here. Now remember, there are going to be 4 reactors that you need to blow up. Once you blow those guys up, my recommendation is shooting the boss until he has those magnetic balls over his head, right? He usually has 3 or 4 of them. And then from then on out, you just run around in circles. It's a very easy farm. You guys can knock this out so quick. I'm gonna show you a basic Valby build that I currently had on my regular Valby, and then I farmed Ultimate Valby, and then I put it on her too. And what's cool about it is I didn't have to roll anything to make this work. So I was able to add even stronger modules on my Ultimate Valby without even having to roll her once, because the rolls were already where I needed them to be. Now, of course, this could be a lot better, but if you guys are seeing in this gameplay, it's pretty simple. You just run around a bunch, and then you're just literally going in a circle. You never focus the main boss. All you do is focus all the enemies just by dropping this 3rd skill down, and you just fly around. Boom, 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 and it's slowly gonna kill it. Now, you will get players who come in that want to actually complete this outpost. And when that happens, well, you just have to let them complete it, maybe find another server, or sometimes they see how much loot's on the ground and then they just want to join in, and then they won't kill it. Ideally, you don't kill the boss, you just fail the mission. That way you don't have to wait that minute for the cooldown on the outpost. But it's not that bad if you do. But again, if you want to just be farming XP, if you want to be farming shards, gold, the fastest way is to just keep doing it over and over and not have to worry about waiting a minute, right? You'll get this failed mission. This is kind of what you want to see. And then what you want to do is leave the area for a second, and then you can go right back in. And I'm going to show you how much we netted on this one. This one was about 3 minutes, 18,000 Kuiper on here, a ton of modules, and 228,000 gold. So yeah, the number will fluctuate on how much you make. But again, this is still one of the top producing farms in the game. Now, if you don't have a Valby and you see some Valbys in the area, well, join along. Just run around in circles and you can collect the loot just like that. And on this one, they wanted to kill the boss, right? But if you look, 2 minutes, 38 seconds, 235,000 gold, 12,000 Kuiper. So not bad at all, right? So if you guys are looking for a farm that still works even after the nerf, this is the Valby farm, one of the easier farms to do, especially if you're a Valby main. Level your guns, level your characters. Come here, if you see a Valby, bring your other character, right? Definitely something you guys can do. Now, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you the build. It's gonna be a budget build because it's going to be based off of an ultimate Valby that I just threw on some modules, and I have the same builds on my regular Valby. So the build you see on here is pretty easy to put together. I don't have anything really on this build at all. 9,000 defense, 2,800 HP, and the one thing I did get that I use on one of my Glade builds is this reactor has Greg's Reverse Fate mounting, which is one of the weapons I've been using recently. Non-attribute skill power boost, dimension, and then obviously skill duration up and skill cooldown. Remember, dimension is the skill that we're using, our 3rd skill. So something for you guys to keep in mind, works really good with this. If we go over here, you'll see we have focus on dimension. We don't have anything really leveled into it. We have MP collector. Do you really need this here? No, it's really up to you. You can put it in there. This one you do need the MP conversion. Now skill cooldown, it's gonna help your skills come back quicker. Skill expansion, the effective range of that skill, right? Because we are using cleanup, and that's kind of what we're going for, right? We wanna help out the range on it. Skill extension, the duration of it. And then obviously nimble fingers for the skill cooldown. so it comes back quicker. And then maximum duration, skill duration again, and then it has a skill modifier. So, but you don't have to really worry too much about that. Now, mine is only level 27. I did not re-roll anything on this. I literally just put what I had on. I had these already rolled, but if you notice, these already had roll slots on it. It was an ultimate Valby that I unlocked. I used 3 of the slots that it gave me. Technically, you don't have to put this one on there. I just threw it on there, had an extra 3 spots. So I was like, you know what? Let me put that on there. If you don't, you can just probably run it like this. It does what it needs to do, right? Because you're just gonna be running cleanup the whole time. You're gonna be just pushing over everything. This is kind of how you're going to want to do this. We're 55 and 58. So again, if you want to put MP collector on there, that's up to you. You guys can add that on there. If you don't, well, you don't have to. But overall, this is kind of like the build that I like. I like this a ton. I think it's great. I think it does what it needs to do. It's great for farming. It's a very simplistic build. Now, if I plan on upgrading my ultimate Valby later on and using it for something else, I will be upping my max capacity. Let me save this. I will be adding an energy activator. I have a few of the energy active blueprints, but I do need to get the pieces and then put them to cook, but that would push it up to 78, and then I can even make it better, right? But overall, this is kind of a standard Valby farming build. The one thing I would like to have on here is some HP. So that when I do add that activator, right, I would love to add like an increased HP, because I do feel a little on the squishy side because I'm only sitting at 2,800. But since it's just a farming, you're just using it for the farming run, that's kind of what I do there. But at some point, we'll definitely upgrade it. And that right there is my basic Valby build. Now, I had that same build, but with the mods not as maxed out on my regular Valby. And then once I got my main Valby, she had those rolls, and it just allowed me to add these mods that I was using on my other characters like Viesa. So that was just a win-win for me. I unlocked Valby, Ultimate Valby pretty quick. If you guys haven't checked out that video, I have a video on how to unlock her. Man, it was probably one of the easier ultimates to unlock in this game, and completely free. You guys can get her. But if you guys are looking for a character that is great for farming loot caves, Valby is her. Just like Bunny is great for farming certain loot caves, this loot cave right here is amazing for Valby, and it's not what he once was, but it's surprisingly still up there in the top 5 in my opinion. So if you guys still do this farm, let me know in the comments. If there's any modules you recommend putting on there as I upgrade my Valby, let me know too. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for all the support and all the videos. If you guys haven't already, subscribe, like, and until the next one, Nothing But Skills out.